Hello, today I'll be sharing the recipe for this extremely indulgent fudgy Hershey chocolate cake but without all that sweetness. So this is one of my favorite cakes to give and to sell. The ingredients you need are pretty simple and I'm just putting it here so that you have a reference. I would think that it's definitely much easier to look through from my blog as I also have the methods there, and if you have any questions feel free to let me know. The first step you want to do is to mix the cocoa powder as well as the coffee granules inside hot water. So this hot water is boiling hot to bring out the flavors of both the cocoa powder and to help dissolve the coffee. So you kill two birds with one stone. And at this stage you'll have this very rich chocolatey mocha mixture that you'll be using later. So this of course gives very rich flavors for your cake. Then I'll mix in the remaining dry ingredients such as milk, vegetable oil, melted butter, vanilla, and whisk it together. Of course, also not forgetting the egg to be added here. So just whisk all together. They'll still be not completely a single mixture, but it's okay so long you just continue mixing for about 2 minutes. Then I'll be mixing the wet into the dry ingredients that have been sifted in about 2 to 3 portions. So this helps to ensure that the flour as well as all the wet ingredients are able to mix together well. Yeah, so I think it might have been better to do it in 2 mixtures. I did it in 3 mixtures and parts of it was a little clumpy. So that's what you want to avoid. Ultimately, the final batter that you are going to obtain is going to be very watery as well as it's going to be very liquidy. Yeah, so here you can see I added in the final third and just again whisk it in. So it will definitely be much faster and easier if you use a stand mixer, but again do not mix beyond 4 to 5 minutes. So if you mix that long, right, what happens is they are developing the gluten inside the flour, and this will cause it to thicken too much, such that you will have a more bread-like texture instead of cake-like texture. So here I'm just swirling the whisk to show you roughly what you can expect in terms of the texture and consistency. Yeah, very rich. So once you're done, it smells really good at this stage, you can just transfer it to the oven. Here I have my unsalted butter for my chocolate buttercream. I'm going to add in my powdered sugar and cocoa powder. So this is already been optimized to be slightly less sweet and richer in case some of you don't like the sweetness of buttercream. But of course you can have other frosting options available as well, such as your chocolate ganache as well as Swiss meringue chocolate buttercream. Both recipes are available on my website. So after which you will want to add in some milk to make the frosting more spreadable. Here I'm not adding a lot of milk because I would want a stiffer frosting so that there will be a more swirled and textured finish, but ultimately it's up to you on what you are doing your frosting. But there's always that option to add milk to change the consistency, but I would say start with less so that you have more control of the process. So finally I assembled my cake. So for the cake assembly, I did it in I only baked 2 layers. Of course, if you want, you can also make 3 small layers. For me, I just think 2 layers is good enough as I wanted something simpler. Ta-da! Here you have the finished product. It's very decadent, very fudgy, but so sorry, I think some water have condensed on it when I was doing the photo shoot, and videography box I stored in the fridge, so that's something to look out for. I have sent this to some of my friends and to leave a couple of slices for my family. They all love it, and I've always been doing this. One of my favorite cakes for sure. So thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Have a nice day. Bye!